It was a big win, and we talked about it actually before the game went final. We talked about how Baltimore was looking good. Baltimore won that game. It seemed like Baltimore, it felt like they thought they won a playoff game. Maybe I'm hating, but they acted like it was a playoff environment. They probably got that monkey up their shoulders. It felt like maybe that game in their minds makes them a Super Bowl contender. Sean, do you look at that team like they're a Super Bowl contender?
I think so. Initially when the game started, Lamar didn't look too good with his accuracy. He threw almost a pick six to Tyrann Matthew. I think the Chiefs got out first. They were up 14-0, I believe. But it was like it was the Chiefs about to win the fourth game in a row in the Mahomes Lamar Jackson era. So, but let's not forget though, Jansen. I remember back in 2019 when Lamar won the MVP. You still talk about the MVP season. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, like this, they're always in that mix of the top three teams in AFC. Usually the Chiefs, the Patriots at the time, and also the Ravens. But now that Brady's moved to the NFC, you really just think of Mahomes and the Chiefs as that's the team to beat in the AFC. Period. When you see the Buffalo Bills, they beat Lamar Jackson and Ravens last year. But at the same time, what we have to understand is this: hey, as long as Lamar can continue to scramble and move the chains with his legs, which obviously we know he's the best third quarterback I believe in the league, they're always going to have a chance to beat any team in the NFL. And that means any team. So with them finally getting that monkey off the back and beating the Kansas City Chiefs, which I believe Lamar Jackson's 0-4, until that Monday night game last week, it just shows that, what, we can beat this team. And a lot of the games they lost against the Chiefs have been one possession games. I think 27-24 one time, 27-35. Last Monday night, last year, they lost by a single possession game. So they know this team, we can. Now, when you actually do it, it's one thing if, okay, I know I'm this close to beating somebody. But when you actually do it, like, I'll say this real quick. When Peyton Manning finally beat the Patriots, it's like, hey, we actually beat them in a regular season game. Now they start getting that, okay, we can beat this team. If we have to meet them in the playoffs, we're going to look on film, we're going to see what we need to do, and we're going to put the nail in the coffin. And that's what they did when they went for on that fourth down on their own side of, in their own territory. Like, you know what, now, we're not going to let Mahomes get the ball and go down and get the field goal. No, we're going to end it now. And that's what Lamar Jackson did. So do I believe they're a Super Bowl contender? I do believe because they have a great coach to me and John Harbaugh. And they've been that close. They just need to get the monkey off the back, which I believe they did. And they can be a Super Bowl contender this year.
Look, I think they over-exaggerated that win. And look, I'm a Lamar Jackson guy, Sean, and I love your breakdown. It makes sense. But one thing I have to see late in the season, will they be able to grab a top 3 seed? I need to see them, or you know what? Forget that. Top 2 seed. Baltimore, go out there and get yourself a top 2 seed. Get yourself a top 2 seed and get to the AFC Championship game because the Titans are out there. Look, they beat Seattle. They look balanced. You saw what Julio was able to do.
Yeah.
The Bills are out there. Kansas City's still out there. They still have Kansas City issues, Sean. You beat them in the regular season. You still have Kansas City issues. Can you beat them in the playoffs? That's still up. That's still up there. Baltimore and Lamar Jackson, and it's unfortunate. I like Lamar Jackson's MVP year. It was like a blessing and a curse. I think Biggie had an album like that. It's like it was the success is a blessing and a curse because now the expectations are up here. Oh, what are you gonna do in the postseason? That's his expectation. I don't know yet, Sean. I don't know. We have to see, but I am leaning more towards what you're saying. It's still I have to see. But at the end of the year, if they are a top 2 seed again, then yes, this team is Super Bowl ready. Is Lamar Jackson a franchise quarterback? Yes. Regardless of what people say, I think Lamar Jackson and the element of his game that's great, and the thing about the mobile quarterback, which some people are against it, and especially teams that don't have a mobile quarterback. But when you have a quarterback who can make plays with his legs, a quarterback who can throw the ball when he's out the pocket, plus these new rules, which basically you can't hit the quarterback like that unless they're putting themselves in bad positions. Yes, Lamar Jackson, he needs to be that franchise quarterback. I'll say this, too. Here's my hot take. Don't be surprised, Sean, if they start 9-1, 10-1, if that's possible for them. Lamar Jackson, MVP candidate. I said about Kyler Murray today, MVP candidate. I'm ready already after 2 weeks. I'm hyped up after 2 weeks of these guys. But I like Baltimore. I want to say they are a Super Bowl contender. I just want to see more. I want to see what they do against teams that are bad. are you going to have letdown games? I want to see,
Right.
is Lamar going to be – is he going to smell like an MVP again? Have that special year. Because this was a confidence booster. Harbaugh, you've seen all the cloudy stuff. What do you want to do, Lamar? Giving him that confidence. That went kind of viral and stuff. We'll see.